Hello, welcome to the James Cooley Show. It's your life. I'm your host, Dr. James J.C. Cooley, and wow, we got an absolutely fantastic show coming your way. We're going to talk about leadership and resilience, and we all need to have a better understanding of that and how to navigate ourselves through, especially when we're going through new horizons and new challenges. And I'm talking about just getting familiar with different situations, circumstances, because we all going to get knocked down, but we got to always get back up, and we all have to stay focused. So I'm excited about the show today and this guest that we have on. And I can't do anything without inviting my executive producer and co-host, Dr. Michelle Cooley. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great. This is a um, very good topic. We talk about resilience. I think everyone knows what it is and basically what the word leadership means, but how to apply it into your life or the challenges or the trials and tribulations that you go through is definitely important. Our guest today, her story, her company, her organization. She's going to tell us about, how this applied to her life and everything that she does, wow. So she's a consultant. She's many more, but I will introduce her in a minute.
I'm excited about her. A couple of things, Dr. Michelle, what I was reading about. She's a Rotarian, actually the president of her club. And I've
You're
been a
supposed to
Rotarian.
let me tell these
Well,
things.
hold on. I just got excited.
No more information about the guests until I introduce them.
Because I've been a Rotarian for the last 7, 8 years myself. So it's nice to know. And I'll tell you what, wherever you're watching this at, if you want to be part of the conversation, all you have to do is go to the comments, ask this great guest, Michelle, is getting ready to introduce, ask her any question that you might have. And I promise you, we'll get you an answer. So, Michelle, can you do the honors and introduce the title of the show, purpose of the show, and also introduce this absolutely wonderful guest?
Yeah, so the title of today's show is Resilience and Leadership, Navigating New Horizons. And we're going to have a sit down discussion with Dalida Jaafar. She's an entrepreneur, aspiring realtor, and a consultant. We're going to talk about her personal journey and motivation and going through adversity and overcoming challenges and learning leadership development and growth. So tell a little bit about Dalida. Dalida Jaafar is a remarkable entrepreneur and the driving force behind Grow Gold Consulting. Her journey is a testament to resilience and determination. Originally a clinical researcher in Lebanon, Dalida transitioned to a career in sales and entrepreneurship, driven by a desire for personal growth and more time with her daughter. In 2019, facing political turmoil and adversity in Lebanon, she took a bold step to the United States with almost nothing to her name. Despite the daunting challenges, Dalida displayed remarkable adaptability and resilience, surmounting the uncertainties and fears of this significant life change. Today, she leads Grow Gold Consulting, a company dedicated to empowering businesses and individuals to achieve their goals through tailored training and coaching. In addition to a consulting work, she's an aspiring realtor, helping others secure their financial future through real estate investments. Dalida is also furthering her education, pursuing a master's degree in industrial and organizational psychology, demonstrating her commitment to personal growth and professional excellence. Currently, she serves as the president of the Rotary Club of Hemet, highlighting her dedication to community service and leadership. Her story is one of determination, adaptability, and the pursuit of excellence in both personal and professional endeavors. Please welcome to the show, Dalida Jaafar.
Dalida, how are you doing today?
Hi, I'm doing great. Thank you for this introduction, and I'm honored to be a Rotarian and glad to meet another fellow Rotarian with this passion for community service.
Oh, that's what it's all about. It can't be any other way. It's all about service before self, and and giving back and helping others out, and that's how we all lift each other up. So it was an absolute pleasure meeting you. I think about a month ago. I think in California when we was there,
Yes.
and I was just chatting with you and watching you in action. Was absolutely fantastic. So, Dalida,
Thank
can you
you.
tell
I'm
our
so grateful for this opportunity too. Thank you allowing me the space to share some of my story and hopefully inspire some people who's passing through these challenges.
absolutely, Dalida, can you please tell our audience about uh, a little bit more about you growing up in Lebanon, and what made you decide to make that bold movement and move to the United States?
So my life started with a big adversity, which is losing my father at age of 5. And usually children remember the 5 years old is when they start remembering. Like you don't remember before 5. And this is how my life started. And I was raised by a single mom who was a big person who calls for resilience. She's been resilient all her life, and this is where I believe I got this from her. So during my growing up years, I was seeing my mother struggling as a single mom, raising 3 children in a country that's not really easily to for a single mom to live and provide for her family. But she was a big representative for resilience, for leadership, and for going and not allowing anything stop her. Uh, as I grow up, I graduated from college. I also got married and I got divorced while I was pregnant. So this is another hit in my life journey that I believe it was in a way affected me on the emotional level, on the self-esteem, self-confidence, and I was for a while broken because of these life's challenges. And when you pass through similar adversities, you always think, what's wrong with me? And you start trying to victimize yourself and blame yourself on these situations. But my empowerment, my strength was my daughter, because I had my daughter and I was raising her by myself as a single mom, again repeating the same family history of single mom. And it was in Lebanon, which you're hearing the news now. Our area in the Middle East area, if your life wasn't hard enough, you have this political situation, this instability, this all the conflict in this area that would affect you. So if it wasn't from your personal life, it will be from your environment and your surroundings. So there's always adversity, there's always problem, but there's always something in us telling us, keep going. You can't give up, you can't quit. And in 2019, when I reach a point where I'm comfortable, confident, I know my self-esteem, I know my self-value, I'm growing my business. I started my coaching and training business back home. And my main goal was to support women like me to achieve their full potential, to overcome anything that tells them, no, you can't, to the belief and mindset that, yes, you can. You can make a difference. You can build a story for your children in the future. And in 2019, while my business was going up and things were great, and I felt I'm going there, economic crisis hit Lebanon. And fire was everywhere, problems with everywhere, companies shut down, our bank's account shut down, and we don't have access to any of the things. So I reflected back on those 11 years at that time that I've been raising my daughter as a single mom and basically building up for my business and career. And in one moment, I lost everything. No savings, no business, no clients to work with because companies were closed. And that's when I said, okay, if you don't like where you are, leave. That's what Jim Rohn says. If you don't like where you are, leave. You're not a tree. And I decided it's about time to go for a place where I can be more following my dream without anything. I'm in control, basically, of what I'll be doing. And in less than a week, I booked the tickets, moved with my daughter with $2,000 in my bank account. That's all what I have. And I decided to start from zero. And the struggle was after I moved here, because I started fighting myself emotionally and started facing self-doubt, and the struggle started all over again. Why would they listen for a girl coming from Lebanon with no experience, no network, no community that supports or references for her? How can I start over with a strong accent and a bad English, sometimes grammatical mistakes? Where can I start from? So
Wow.
this brief of my story before, and then the struggle is again after moving to US.
You know, that is a strong sign of resilience. You know what you just said, to pack all of that in and just make that decision. Because did you imagine that it was going to be like it is in the United States now? I'm talking about leaving a country that you was used to and come to a country that you're not familiar with, and just turning your life around and creating a new life. You know, can you talk about that a little bit?
So when you are abroad going through deciding to do a change, all what you look for is the results of the success story of the people.
Hmm.
If Dr. Cooley made it, I can make it because I see the results of your achievements. I don't see what you passed through during this process.
Hmm.
So for everyone all over the globe, USA is the world of opportunities. If you hear success stories, if you hear achievements, you hear that the origin is US. But you don't hear about the back stories of those successes, of the failures, of the doubts, of the nights that you are crying, of the obstacles that you are facing through life. So I was here. I remember coming in the plane, and it's like 20 hours of flight with my daughter. And I was looking forward for a new start. But the reality hit the moment I had landed and started sensing the real struggles behind building the future in a foreign country, foreign in language, different culture. Uh, as I said, it meant a lot of to me that there is no history. And no people to share with them my achievements. If I wanted to celebrate an achievement, I don't have this friend to call and let's go out and celebrate. It's just me and my daughter, which is a big struggle and requires a strong mindset to overcome.
Wow. We're going to take a station break, but I can't wait to get back and pick this conversation up. So I tell you, wherever you're watching this at or wherever you listen to it, if you want to be part of the conversation, all you got to do is just go to the platform, whether it's E360 Television, Transverse TV, YouTube, over 35, 45 other different live streaming networks. You want to be part of the conversation? Join in. Ask this great guest any question that you might have. I tell you what, we'll be back shortly after the break with more Dalida. Talk to you in a minute.
Really get a chance to know who you are. And once you know who you are, you truly know who you are, love who you are. Love who you are. You're a masterpiece. Love who you are. Love who you were born to be. Love me some me. That's what I'm talking about. When you leave high school, you gotta know today or tomorrow, or hopefully today, what your plans are. Hopefully, there is no bad decision unless there is no plan. Create, collaborate, commit with confidence. Commit with what? Commit with what? In everything that you do.
Hello, welcome back to the James Cooley Show. It's your life, and my absolutely fantastic guests. I mean, how you just sit back and mesmerize. You listen to somebody talk, and they start telling you about their experience, and you can kind of sense it. You can kind of like, I see it, because there's so much passion in the way that she is explaining her situation coming to the United States, and very successful. Young lady in the United States.
Thank you.
Very, very successful, meaning that you can do anything you set your mind to, anything. So I tell you what, wherever you watching this at, if you want to be part of this conversation, all you have to do is just tune in, and I promise you we'll get you an answer. Dr. Cool, I'm gonna turn it over to you.
Thank you, James. So, Dalida, you were talking about, your childhood, the background, and before you came to this country. So, talk to us about the challenges you face and how resilience played a part in you overcoming those challenges.
Your question is before moving to US or after moving to US?
Let's say after moving to the US. How was it? I mean, moving to another country, how did that affect you? How did you deal with something new and overcoming any challenges you might have experienced moving to another country?
So one of the mindsets I got before moving here during my during growing up is basically there's always a way. When there's a will, there's always a way. And when I moved here, my first focus was, even though I've been for years an entrepreneur and working on my own business and just having those big goals and dreams, I had to face reality. And I moved here with no money. So and I have my responsibility of my daughter. So I have to find a place to live. I have to find a job to have this stable income. So it was a setback for me. And when I started applying for jobs, I forgot all my knowledge. I give up on all my knowledge, all my experience, all the real value that can bring in the business world. And I started applying for entry-level jobs because I believed I'm worth only the time that I'm in USA. And the funny thing, I got a job like the first few weeks from applying in direct sales in a big, like in Costco. It was direct selling, and just I was trading my time for the amount paid. Mm-hmm. And then the reality hit me. I'm allowing people to see me in the way I'm seeing myself. I value myself as according to how much I am in this country, how long I am in this country, disregarding everything. So this is how people will see me. And I believe you get what you accept for yourself. And this is when I decided, no, I have to change my resume, add what value I can bring. And from there, I started applying for better jobs. I got another job, a management position in a company, because I presented myself worth this job. You get what you can tolerate. And if you can tolerate and you accept to tolerate minimum, you will get the minimum. But if you work on more and you see yourself at this value, people see you as a mirror of what you see yourself. And self-value is one of the things that I really struggled with when I moved here, because I wasn't rating myself according to who I am. I was rating myself according to what I don't have.
Wow.
I don't have correct language. I have a strong accent, so I'm not fluent in English. I don't have a network. I don't have history here. I don't have previous employers. This is how I rated myself. And I forget. And what you focus on, expand. Anthony Robbins says it all the time. What you focus on expands. And I was expanding on this. So I was full of self-doubt. I was low self-worth, and I was accepting what I was handed.
So Dalida, what was the turning point? I know you mentioned that you wanted to, you had to see yourself differently in order to achieve. So what strategies or approaches that maybe you can relate to the audience did you integrate in your life to successfully adapt into your new surroundings and workplace and get high self-esteem?
So the turning point for me was COVID. And I was so blessed with the COVID area. Many people of COVID period, many people will like hate me for saying that. But for me, I believe in the power of pausing and reflecting in our life. And when you are in a situation where you are engaged in the business and daily business and distraction and all these life, you don't have time to stop and say, okay, what's going on in my life right now? So when I was waking up every morning, taking my daughter to school, then go and finish my work and giving in a lot of hours because I want the money. So I was willing to work 10, 12 hours per day just because I want to, if I work 10 hours, I will get this much, would be enough for me for rent and for food. So I didn't have time to pause and reflect what I'm doing, why I'm seeing myself in this way. When COVID hit, we all had to sit home. And I started connecting with members of the John Maxwell team, where we had a lot of masterminds, interactions, talking. There is a great program which is coaching partnerships. I couldn't pay for a coach at that time. I don't have the funds for that. I barely was able to provide for living. So coaching with the John Maxwell team, we have this blessing that we can coach each other as parts of the team. So I started to get engaged more in those coaching, and I borrowed my coach's belief in me. I didn't believe in me, but I borrowed their belief in me. And he allowed me to look back and reflect, and you're way worth more than you are presenting or you are thinking of yourself. So this was a changing point. If you are not able to take yourself out of the place that you are in, reach out to other people who can see your value more than you can see yourself. Sometimes we are blind. And I love this quote that I said, if you have a friend that is talking to you the way you're talking to yourself, or is treating you the way you treat yourself, or criticizing you the way you are criticizing yourself, you won't be a friend with them anymore. But why you accept this from you? Talk to yourself in the way that you like to be talked to. And this was a turning point for me. In addition to the Rotary Club, because that's when I joined the Rotary Club and I connected with people who are achieved certain success, are looking to give. And when people are giving, it's a great addition to their self-worth. One of the techniques for building confidence is giving and doing community service and volunteering. It will help you build your confidence.
You're absolutely right. And resilience is based on, just like a lot of things you were talking about, failing. I'm not meaning that just failing, but getting knocked down and having the willpower to say, I'm not going to let this. I'm not going to let this define me.
Yes.
And get knocked down, learning from things that we at the time might see as adverse, but in reality, sometimes it's a blessing because we learn from those things, we build from those things, we grow from those things, and we're able to forecast and create our own plan on what we are doing. So how did your leadership skills come into play during this journey? I'm talking about this transitional journey, this journey, really understanding who you are and uh, attaining this resilience and strength to just move forward and just continue to grow.
I believe the hardest person to lead is yourself. You can lead others. You can tell them to do this or don't do that and guide them through it. It's easy to give assignments to other people and let them know what they have to do. But to lead yourself and overcome your emotions and overcome all the things that shaped your identity, it's not easy. And by increasing awareness, we grow into better leaders by being able to reflect and assess the situation and look at it in a certain perspective. I believe the biggest tools that helped me during this journey to grow my leadership is the power of reflecting. Just being able to reflect and learn from my previous experience, I was growing through the process and improving every day a little bit. There's a long way to learn about leadership, about controlling my emotions and increasing my emotional intelligence and helping people learn about leadership. I think it's the biggest thing to learn because it includes skills and emotions too. You can't be a leader without involving emotions and having high control on your emotions. But reflection and learning, and that's why I'm grateful for COVID, because this pause, it forced me to pause and reflect. and stop and assess where I am and where I really want to be. And from my studies for high performance people and people who achieved high level of success, they tell you the three habits that they do every day is meditation, journaling, and reflecting and reading. Which is meditation is controlling your thoughts and your self-care in being able to control what are you thinking and your emotions. Journaling is writing down what you're passing through, writing down your thoughts, because when you write them, they will have this force that they will be existing. It doesn't go away. You will see them in a way so you can reflect on them in a different situation. And reading, which is learning from other people's experience. It can be other people's success and other people's failures. And just listening to people and assessing every experience you pass through, it's a great step to build you into a better leader, to lead yourself first and then lead the rest around you next.
You just hit on some major points that most people don't even think about, and they probably never will
Mhm.
because they hate to have to evaluate themselves. You
It's
know?
not easy.
Everybody always like to think that they are doing the right thing, their plan is their way is the only way, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But when you have to sit back and you really look in the mirror and you look at that reflection that's coming back from the mirror, that reflection is not lying to you. That's
Yes.
who you are. And we have to learn to accept who we are. We have to learn to adjust to some of the things that we might not be doing as well as we could. So we have to, first of all, I believe, identify, who that person is that we're looking at, meaning that you have to know yourself.
Yes.
You have to know everything about yourself. I'm talking about honestly, integrity, and ethics about yourself. So then you have to accept who you are, good, bad, or indifferent. I mean, you have to, accept, know yourself, accept yourself, love yourself. I'm talking about accept all of these things where you can build a better you if that's what needs to be done. Um, know yourself, accept yourself, love yourself because if you don't love yourself, ain't nobody else gonna love you. I mean, not like you can, and you're not gonna be able to progress up. Know yourself, love yourself, accept yourself before you share yourself. When you share yourself, I believe that if you live by what I do and share honesty, integrity, and ethics, you the same every single day. You can lead, you can learn, you can guide, you can teach. I think all of those things are so, so important. And you brought them up by the term reflection.
Yes.
Yeah.
No.
Okay. We got 1 minute before the break. You got it.
So it's important to know yourself, but there is a certain, I love that you added know yourself and love yourself. Because when I moved to US, it was I know myself in the negative ways, what I don't have. And I didn't love myself enough to push myself up, to focus on what's positive. So many times we think we know yourself. Oh, we are facing reality and I'm not good. I can't coach well. I start putting myself down in a way that I'm okay, I'm vulnerable and vulnerable, and I know what I'm worth, which is negative. So knowing myself is important as long as I love myself and use it as a learning experience, not a way to put myself down.
You're absolutely right. You know what we're gonna do? We're gonna take a station break, but we're gonna come back.
Okay, perfect.
I mean,
Okay.
I gotta I got about 5 or 6 questions over here that the people are asking you, and we're gonna get to them when we get back. I tell you, but this is an absolutely wonderful conversation. And I tell you, if you want to be part of this conversation, all you have to do is just go to the platform that you're watching it on. I promise you, we'll get you an answer. It's your life. I'm Dr. James J.C. Cooley. We'll see you shortly after the break.
I never wanna leave. Yeah, I'm right where I wanna be. We got something you and me, and I can't get rid of this feeling. Just like a magnet, we're just like a magnet. The things we have can't be taken for granted. Now I know that it has always been you. I can't help it, I'm so drawn to you. Just like a magnet, we're just like a magnet. The things we have can't be taken for granted. Now I know that it has always been you. I can't help it, I'm so drawn to you. Hey, I'm so drawn to you. I'm so drawn to you. Yeah, yeah.
Hello, I'm Dr. James J.C. Cooley from the United States of America, and I am here to just say, first of all, I'm so happy and honored to be honored to be in the Coffee Book 2023, Unified Brain Z, and the other organizations. Thank you so much for giving me an opportunity to be a part of this collection. Hello, welcome back to the James Cooley Show. It's your life, and wow, uh, just sitting here listening to this absolutely wonderful guest.
Thank you.
And I tell you, Dalida, the way that you put this out there is so clear, it's so understanding. And you mentioned a couple of scholars. You mentioned John Maxwell. You talk all of this, and you know I'm a studier of all of those guys as well. So I I understand uh, their philosophies
Yes.
pretty well, and I tell you, it has helped me tremendously. You know, develop my leadership skills over the years. You know, and of course, hitting the school, going to school, ensuring that I stayed abreast and continue to stay abreast because I believe that we have to continue to grow, got to continue to learn, and I believe that we have to surround ourselves with young, fresh, youthful, mental minds because times change, leadership style changes,
Hmm.
uh, life changes, and if we're not current, we fall behind. Yes,
Right.
but continuous education, continuous building, continuous growth, continuously reflecting on who you are. And a lot of times it's tough because we do not want uh, uh, people to help us out because, just like I mentioned earlier, we think we already know. My point is this: in developing your leadership styles, your leadership ability, etc., do you have any mentors that stands out with you that you have learned from them? Or I'm trying to learn. I mean, it could be good or bad. Let me put it that way. You know, uh,
Actually,
learn could be good or bad. Case in point, real quickly. I always carry a bag around. I carry one on the right side of me, or one on the left side of me. The one on the right side of me is the good bag.
mhm.
I run across somebody that that say something, and boom, 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 and there's yeah, I'm talking about even early in life that kind of hit me. That's good. I like how they did it. So I take some of that and I put it in the right side bag, the good bag. But I also run across people that are doing all the wrong things. If this making it makes sense in a minute. And you listen to them, well, I don't ever want to be like that. I don't want to be that type of leader. So you take some of that and put it in the left side of the bag, and you do that uh, over a period of time. And then when you find yourself as you grow and you mature and become a leader, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, you run across certain situations, circumstances, and you say, how am I going to handle this right here? Now, oh, I remember 10 years ago that this person did this. You reach in there and you grab some of that out, put it up there,
Yes.
and you come up with the right situation, circumstances. And the same with the other side. What are your thoughts on that?
So it's funny. Jim Rohn says in one of his teaching, he says, if failures do seminars, I would be the first one to sign up to learn what not to do so I don't fail. And it's really a great learning experience for me because, as you said, we learn from people's achievements and we learn from their failures too. And I learned from my own failures too. So this is the power of reflection and journaling, just writing down what I passed through. It's a learning experience for me. The second learning experience is the books I read, the seminars I attend, and just the masterminding and networking with people who achieved the level of success I wanted to achieve and what the things they are passing through. Like a week ago, and it was a requirement for my degree in the organizational psychology, I was supposed to interview a leader. And what was supposed to be an 1 hour interview was a 3 hour conversation about various she was sharing a lot from her experience, which allowed me to learn a lot during this journey. So there isn't one mentor. It's about being able to absorb whatever information the day provides to you. Of course, like John Maxwell, I teach his books, I teach his learning, and I'm always learning during this process by learning his content, and I'm certified to teach it. But there's a lot of other mentors that I've been facing through my life. I've been meeting through my life that will help me learn. But one important, I think, even my daughter, my 15 years old daughter, is a great mentor for me. I learn a lot from her and I enjoy getting into discussion. And as you said, sometimes just different generations will allow you to see things in different perspective. But acknowledging that every person can be a teacher, can have something, some experience to change your life into a better way.
Wow. And that's what I meant by young, fresh, and mental minds, because we have to learn from our youth. And you said it out loud. You said that you learn from your 15-year-old daughter. That's what I'm talking about. because they can teach us, they can be our mentors, because sometimes time passes us by, meaning that we fall behind. We got a couple of questions. We got Stacy here too for everyday living. Do I need to talk to others I'm watching to ask questions, or can it just be visual? Meaning that can can't you just learn from just visual without actually having a conversation and help build her leadership style, help build confidence, help build the things that might be going through her mind?
So I believe when we look at something, we don't see it as it is, we see it from our own perception. And the only way to get clarity on the real situation, on the real backstory of things, is by communication. So when you communicate, and active listening is a big way to increase our knowledge, and it's a big skill for coaches and leaders. It's I see, just sharing with people, I see you did this in this situation. Is it correct what I've seen, or there is another backstory? There's always backstory. And one of the big things is what's happening right now in the Middle East. There's always backstory, and things are reflected from one direction, which if you look at different direction, you will see a total different story. And just asking questions and being curious and being engaged in the situation will allow you to learn a valuable lesson and get a border wide perspective on whatever you are deciding. Then you create your own idea.
Yeah, I think, and I understand exactly what Stacey's saying. Sometimes you just watch from a distance, right, and see how things unfold, and nothing has to be said or asked, and you understand the situation. That okay, just like I was talking about the bag, the good bag, the bad bag, the good habits, the bad habits. We learn from a distance, and you're like, okay, I ain't never gonna be that way. I want to change the topic because I want to go into what you're doing with your great company and all the great things that you're doing. I saw you at the event. I mean, can first of all, can you tell our viewers and our listeners a little bit about your organization, exactly what you do, how can you help people?
So my Grow Gold consulting company, and the name Grow Gold was basically inspired from Napoleon Hill's book Think and Grow Rich, which is the story of a gold mine where he gave up on digging for the gold, and then he sold the instruments for gold mining to someone else, and that person went and dig deeper, and he missed finding the gold by 5 inches or something like that. So he said no, and he quit on himself when someone else didn't quit and went and find the gold. And this person moved into insurance and start selling insurance, and he decided that I don't want to give up, and I won't take no for an answer. And it's a big lesson for mindset, never to give up and keep going if you believe in when you're going. And that's why I decided that Grow Gold, the gold in our mind is way more and way abundant than the gold that we have physical in the world. So I help people grow gold by building up the right mindset to achieve their full potential, which is unfortunately starting from myself. And I admitted I didn't achieve yet my full potential. I didn't write a book yet. I didn't speak at big events like with thousands and thousands of people. Barely, not much people know my name. That means I didn't achieve my potential and reach out to people. And my goal is to empower people just like me, small business owners, entrepreneurs, financial advisors, real estate agents, uh, mom and pop's shops, to grow their business in order to reach the goal and achieve their full potential through mindset, through understanding communication skills, through building the leadership skills they need, because we can achieve whatever we want if we work on ourselves first and build
If we work on ourselves first, we can do. We got to take a station break, but get back to digging and quitting It was, I think it was 3 feet before they quit 3 feet, and there was or gold mines there, but they didn't have the necessary tools or ability to understand that you just don't quit just because you just. But that's another story. We're gonna pick that up when we come back. We're gonna take a station break. I told you it's gonna be good. I told you. So we're gonna take a station break. We're gonna come back and we're gonna pick this
Okay, thank
conversation up.
you.
If you want to be part of the conversation, whichever platform you're watching on, all you do is go to the comments, ask any question that you might have, and I promise you we'll get you an answer. Joshua Goldsmith got a few questions for you when we get back. It's your life. We'll see you shortly after the break.
Still looking over your shoulder, still working on your defense. By now you think it's all over, cause you worry too much and you don't know what you fight against. And if you want my opinion, I'll let it take me away. Only relief is the four on the floor and the crowd that goes, oh, turn it up, 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 turn it up.
Noah Dingley here, producer of The James Cooley Show, It's Your Life. And the new audio version of James' book, Country Boy, City Boy, A Journey That Ain't Over Yet, is a must-have. James shares his true life story of struggle and success in America. It's both a cautionary tale and a roadmap to achieving the American dream. Get the new audio version of Country Boy, City Boy, A Journey That Ain't Over Yet by James Cooley on Amazon.com or wherever audiobooks are sold.
So welcome back to James Cooley Show. It's your life, and Dalida, I tell you, I normally don't get credit like this early, like this, but you are fantastic.
Thank
I
you.
mean, I'm enjoying this interview, and it's I love genuine. I love people just being straight up, just telling it like it is, and and also quoting factual. We got probably about 6 minutes left in the show, but we got a lot more ground to cover. We got my great friend Joshua Goldsmith is asking you questions, and he's a tough man, and he's very successful business financial advisor, somebody that you might want to know. you know, and he said, "What type of clients sign up for your service, and what does your service include? What is the I don't know about the price range for all your consultant, Josh. That's a naughty. But the first two questions that he asked, can you ask?
So, as a Gold Consulting, I coach, train, and do masterminds. We have a perfect tool for with John Maxwell to build the business is to build teams, which is leadership game. It's amazing, fun, engaging activities to help companies and teams like get to know each other and build leadership skills at the same time. I'm a disc consultant where I help people understand their personality style, their communication style, which they can use it for sales or for connecting and being able to communicate with their in the personal and their business life. So my work involved individuals one-on-one. Either I do coaching for them, one-on-one coaching, or I can do a debriefing for their disc personality and explain to them their personality profile. And I also work as with companies as a group for we can do speaking events, we can do masterminds for their team building workshops. uh, there's a variety of things according to the need of the companies, but basically it's all oriented towards growth and achieving a higher results, higher standards of their success. As a consultant right now, and I'm pursuing my career in or my degree in organizational psychology. Also, I can sit with business owners and do an assessment of their company organizational structure, how it aligns with their mission and vision to create the best plan for them to build their organizational structure and build the self-development part for their employees to achieve higher level for success.
Wow. We're kind of running out of time, but I tell you, I don't know if you got time later on, but I would love to get you back on this show again because we scratched the surface right here, just getting a chance to know who you are. Now I do. you know, So I tell you, Rotary, real quickly, just tell us a little bit about your Rotary Club. I don't think I've ever been to your club in Hemet.
We'd,
Um,
we'd love to have you.
you want to come
Like,
and speak there one day?
yes,
You
of
next time?
course, we'd love to have you. Let's agree on a time, and you're welcome to speak to us anytime you're available. So I joined a Rotary Club when I moved here because I was just looking for a group to network with. And as a member of John Maxwell team, they always talk about the power of clubs like Rotary, like Lions Club, and they advise us to be part of them. I didn't know what's the real value behind joining until I joined. I found a really welcoming environment dedicated to help each other, to support each other, and at the same time support and help the community. You can't divide care. If you care for a community, you will care for individual. And as a person coming from a new country, coming to a new country, and I don't have family or friends around, I reach a point really I feel that the Rotary Club is my family. They are the people who contact me if I didn't show up for a while. They are people are supporting me if they hear anything happening back home. They call and check on me. Are you okay emotionally? And so they were the best, like a great environment for me. They helped me grow. They helped me build confidence because the first people I spoke to since I moved to US was the Rotary Club. And they encouraged me instead of judged me for my accent or for my mistakes in English. And now they elected me to be a president of the Rotary Club, which is a great honor for me. And I'm so grateful for all the support
It's
they
such a high honor to be the president of a Rotary Club. And just like I said, I've been a part of Rotary for 7 to 10 years now. I
Yes.
tell you what, Dalila, it's just so wonderful having you on the show. I want to thank you. Please, real quickly, 30 seconds or less, how can people get in touch with you if they wanted to enlist your services or just communicate with you? 30 seconds or less.
So I'm on all social media platforms, Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, and it's easy to find Dalida Jaafar. Just type my name and you will find me. Also on Google, you can search Grow Gold Consulting or Dalida Jaafar and you'll find my contact information. That's easy.
I tell you what, thank you so much. Let's talk about you coming back on the show again one day if you have time. So
My honor. Thank you.
I'd like to thank Dr. Michelle Cooley for putting together another absolutely fantastic show. I'd like to thank all my producers. for making all of this stuff possible. Most importantly, I'd like to thank you, our viewers, our listeners, for tuning in to the James Cooley Show. It's your life. Monday through Friday, 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I tell you what, always dream big, think big, and be big. We'll be back tomorrow. Same time, same place. Is your life. We'll see you then.